Hello everyone and welcome back to HopeRise, where we are changing the way we care, strengthening families, and building brighter futures for children. Thank you for joining us once again in our Positive Parenting Series. Throughout this journey, we have explored understanding children, positive discipline, communication, responsibility, emotional development, self-esteem, parenting teenagers, managing challenging behaviors, protecting children in the digital age, and the power of play in child development. Today, we are discussing one of the most important and sensitive topics in child development: healing childhood trauma. The key saying of this module: hurt children do not need more punishment. They need healing, understanding, and hope. Many people think trauma only happens when a child experiences a major disaster or a terrible accident. But trauma can come in many forms. A child may experience trauma through loss, neglect, abuse, violence, family conflict, abandonment, rejection, or other painful experiences. Sometimes the wounds are visible. Often they are hidden deep inside the heart. Children may smile on the outside while carrying pain on the inside. Unfortunately, many adults see only the behavior and never recognize the hurt behind it. An angry child may actually be hurting. A child who is withdrawn may actually be afraid. A child who struggles in school may actually be carrying emotional wounds. One of the most important lessons we can learn as parents, caregivers, teachers, and community members is this: every behavior has a story behind it. Today we will discuss what childhood trauma is, the effects of trauma on children, a loss and grief, abuse and neglect, family conflict, building resilience, practical ways to support healing. This lesson is not only about understanding trauma, it is about helping children find hope, healing, and a brighter future. What is childhood trauma? Trauma occurs when a child experiences an event or situation that feels overwhelming, frightening, dangerous, or deeply distressing. Children experience events differently from adults. Something that may seem small to an adult can feel very frightening to a child. Trauma can result from the death of a loved one, physical abuse, emotional abuse, neglect, domestic violence, a separation from parents, community violence, serious illness, accidents, displacement, a chronic family conflict. Trauma affects not only emotions but also how children think, learn, behave, and relate to others. Trauma changes the way children see the world. Children who feel safe tend to see the world as predictable and trustworthy. Traumatized children often see the world differently. They may believe people cannot be trusted. Bad things can happen at any time. They are not safe. They are not loved. They are not important. These beliefs can affect every area of life. Trauma can influence friendships, school performance, family relationships, and future decision-making. This is why healing is so important. Understanding the effects of trauma. Trauma affects children differently. Some children become quiet and withdrawn. Others become angry and aggressive. Some struggle with concentration. Others have trouble sleeping. Common signs of trauma may include a fearfulness, anxiety, sadness, nightmares, aggressive behavior, difficulty concentrating, a withdrawal from others, a low self-esteem, trust issues, emotional outbursts. Sometimes adults misunderstand these behaviors. They may assume the child is being difficult, but often the child is struggling with pain they do not know how to express. Remember, trauma is not a sign of weakness. It is a response to overwhelming experiences. Loss and grief in childhood. One of the most common sources of childhood trauma is loss. Loss may include the death of a parent, the death of a sibling, the death of a grandparent, a separation from loved ones, divorce, relocation, a loss of friendships. Children grieve differently from adults. Some cry openly. Others become quiet. Some ask many questions. Others pretend everything is fine. There is no single correct way to grieve. Children need space to express their feelings. They need adults who will listen without judgment. Helping children through grief. When a child experiences loss, be honest. Use age-appropriate language. Encourage questions. Allow emotions. Listen patiently. Avoid telling children to be strong or stop crying. Healing begins when children feel safe expressing their feelings. Sometimes the most helpful thing we can do is simply sit with them and let them know they are not alone. Understanding abuse. Abuse is one of the most damaging experiences a child can face. Abuse may be physical, emotional, sexual, psychological. Abuse does more than cause immediate pain. It often affects how children view themselves and others. Many abused children begin believing they are worthless, they are unlovable, the abuse was their fault. These beliefs are harmful and untrue. No child deserves abuse. No child causes abuse. The responsibility always belongs to the person who harms the child. The hidden wounds of emotional abuse. Many people recognize physical abuse because they can see injuries. Emotional abuse is often harder to see. Examples include constant criticism, humiliation, rejection, threats, a name-calling, a belittling. Words can leave wounds that last for years. Children who repeatedly hear negative messages may begin believing those messages. That is why our words matter. Children need correction when necessary, but they also need encouragement, dignity, and respect. Neglect. The trauma of being unseen. Neglect occurs when a child's basic needs are consistently unmet. These needs may include food, shelter, safety, medical care, emotional support, supervision. Neglected children often feel invisible. They may believe, nobody cares about me. I do not matter. I am on my own. Every child deserves care, protection, and attention. Children thrive when they know someone is consistently there for them. Family conflict and trauma. Not all trauma comes from abuse. Sometimes ongoing family conflict creates emotional wounds. Children are deeply affected by what happens in their homes. Frequent shouting, violence, constant tension, unresolved conflict. These experiences can make children feel unsafe. Even when adults think children are not paying attention, children often notice much more than we realize. A peaceful home environment supports healthy development. Children need homes where they feel secure, valued, and protected. Why relationships matter in healing. One of the most powerful tools for healing trauma is a healthy relationship with a caring adult. Research consistently shows that children recover better when they have supportive, stable relationships. Healing does not happen through lectures. Healing happens through connection. Children need adults who listen, believe them, protect them, encourage them, support them. A caring relationship can become a bridge from pain to healing. Building trust again. Trauma often damages trust. Children may become suspicious, guarded, or fearful. Trust cannot be forced. It must be earned. Parents and caregivers build trust by keeping promises, being consistent, listening carefully, remaining patient, creating safe environments. Trust grows slowly, but over time, consistency creates security. Building resilience. One of the most encouraging truths about childhood trauma is that healing is possible. Children are remarkably resilient. Resilience is the ability to recover and move forward after difficult experiences. Resilience does not mean forgetting pain. It means learning to grow despite it. Children develop resilience when they have supportive relationships, positive role models, opportunities to succeed, a healthy coping skills, hope for the future. Every caring adult can help build resilience. Teaching healthy coping skills. Children need healthy ways to manage difficult emotions. Helpful coping strategies include talking about feelings, drawing, playing, writing, a prayer and faith practices, physical activity, spending time with supportive people. These activities help children process emotions in healthy ways. Avoid teaching children to suppress emotions. Healing happens when emotions are acknowledged and managed appropriately. The power of hope. Trauma often convinces children that life will never improve. Hope challenges that belief. Hope says, your story is not over. Your pain does not define you. Healing is possible. Your future can be brighter than your past. As caregivers, one of the greatest gifts we can offer children is hope. Hope helps children keep moving forward. Hope helps them believe that tomorrow can be better. Practical ways to support healing. Here are practical ways adults can help traumatized children. 1. Listen without judgment. 2. Create a safe environment. 3. Be patient with behavior changes. 4. Maintain consistent routines. 5. Encourage healthy emotional expression. 6. Offer reassurance and support. 7. Avoid harsh punishment. 8. Build trusting relationships. 9. Celebrate small victories. 10. Seek professional support when needed. Healing is often a journey, not a single event. Small acts of care can make a lasting difference. Imagine a child who becomes angry whenever someone corrects them. One adult labels the child as disrespectful and difficult. Another adult asks, "I wonder what this child has experienced." The second adult learns that the child has experienced years of criticism and rejection. Now the behavior makes more sense. The solution is no longer simply punishment. The solution includes understanding, support, and healing. This is the heart of trauma-informed care. Looking beyond behavior to see the child underneath. Childhood trauma is real. Its effects can be serious. But trauma does not have to determine a child's future. With love, support, stability, and understanding, healing is possible. As parents, caregivers, teachers, and community members, we have the opportunity to become part of a child's healing journey. Remember today's key saying: hurt children do not need more punishment. They need healing, understanding, and hope. Let us become adults who look beyond behavior. Let us become adults who listen. Let us become adults who offer safety, support, and encouragement. Because every child deserves the opportunity not only to survive but to heal, grow, and thrive. And sometimes, one caring adult can change the entire direction of a child's life. Reflection question. Think about a child who may be carrying emotional pain. What is one thing you can do this week to help that child feel safe, valued, and supported? Thank you for joining us on HopeRise. If this lesson has encouraged you, please like, share, and subscribe. Join us next time for Module 18, Raising Children with Hope and Purpose. Together, let us continue changing the way we care.